Well, we're back. Welcome to another Javier Mendez podcast and a quick weekend of fights. Big press conference, big announcement. We didn't let it out last time we were here. Did you know it was going through, or did you find out just after the podcast?
No, I knew the Arman with Islam fight was pretty close. I didn't know the one about Morab and Umar. That was 100% with Umar, and then said that Dana White said that Umar got the call, and he said yes. So that one was exactly what Dana said. That's the way I know, because I was asking about that, and I wasn't getting any word that they didn't know. And Umar was just ready to fight whoever it was. It wasn't a matter of fighting Merab. It was just a matter of fighting and being active. So if the title came, the title came. If it didn't, he was okay with it. But it's like Umar said. He was at the Spear because he was asked to go there because he was getting the next title shot. That's what he was promised. The winner of Corey Sandhagen and him was going to get the title shot. So regardless of who won between O'Malley and Merab, that was the deal the UFC brokered with Sandhagen and Umar. So obviously Umar wins the fight, so he's expecting a title shot, and apparently that didn't happen. And why it didn't happen, well, who knows? I mean, I know one thing deep down in my heart. I know Morab is not afraid of anybody. Why?
It's not about fear, no.
He was avoiding Umar for sure. He was. I mean, he flat out said he doesn't deserve it. He's this, he's that. But the thing is, it's not a matter of who deserves it. It's a matter of who the UFC puts in front of you. And that's what you're given. That's what you're given. You can say no, but they can also push your contract further back too. A fighter always has the option of saying, no, I don't want to fight this fight. They can always do that. But if you're the real champion, you should just decide on the date when you're going to fight, and that's it. That's just my belief on it. But I like the banter that Morab and Umar are going. I think they're doing really good. They're stealing some spotlight there as a great co-main event to a great main event.
I think Islam was highly entertained. He was just smiling and kind of giggling. He was just watching it go back and forth. I don't know if you watched the whole press conference.
I didn't watch any of it. I just watched, because I was in Kazakhstan and Astana. I was there for a grappling tournament that I was invited to go. I was hosted to come to a grappling tournament. What an amazing country Kazakhstan is, and the people. Oh my God, they're so humble people. Just the hospitality is like unbelievable. They're so great, and I had a great time there. And that MMA is big over there when the kids are coming up to you and taking pictures with you. The women are coming up and asking for pictures, and you're being recognized everywhere you go. It's pretty amazing how big Khabib is in those areas. And Shavkat, forget about it. He's the guy over there, Astana, where I was at. He's the guy, because I mean he's it's Kazakh, he's their guy, So I was very impressed. They're cold as heck, man. The place was freezing below 11.
He doesn't like Borat either, by the way, because Borat his whole premise was to be from there and be silly and misrepresent the country. So he's like, Borat wouldn't survive if he came here. That's what he said in an interview. But
I mean, he wouldn't survive because people won't let him survive because of some of the negative things he said. But the beautiful city that this is my gosh, it is the second best city I've ever seen ever. Dubai being number one, this is being number two city. It was unbelievable. So many historic things, so many high-tech things, so many beautiful buildings. This place is amazing, bro. I regret not going the times I was asked to go because I couldn't go. But if I wish I could have gone, I would have appreciated that much more. And I'm looking forward to going back, especially in the summertime. When the weather is a lot nicer. This place could be fantastic. There's so much history there. So many warriors coming out of that district. It's crazy, that country. Sorry, it's unbelievable. It was a very humbling experience and very welcome experience for me.
You like the history. It's funny because when I filmed that thing when we were in Dubai. You're like, I really like the history part. I didn't care about all the fighting because I didn't realize you're kind of a history buff, sort of. Huh? Is that what where you realize you are when we travel?
I'm not so much of a history buff where I read it, but if I hear about it, I'm really interested. Yeah, I like the history. I like hearing.
Walk through it, see it.
Yeah. I don't like reading it as much, but I like hearing it. So if I hear the history and someone's telling me about the history of this country or that country or this individual or that individual, I like it. I like hearing the history. But the actual reading part, I'm not much of a reader.
So you watched a fight out there, an event? They had a grappling event or something?
The big giant grappling event is the AIGA championships, grappling championships. And it's Satolagan is the promoter, and we were there hosted by Mahmoud. Mahmoud is the guy that was hosting us. What a great guy he became. He's like, over there you call friends brothers, so he became a brother right away. Almost everybody that I met, from big guys over there, from Sultan to Alman, all these bunch of guys are just incredible guys. Hussein, you name it. There's so many people I met. I was overwhelmed.
That's awesome. Huh? It's been a while, right? All of a sudden, boom, there's another level. There's always another level.
Yeah. It was almost like being not quite like Dagestan, because Dagestan, Khabib's really, really famous there, but it was a little, but more like 50% of Dagestan.
I think that's where a good part of our podcast fans are. That's probably why you get that pop. Like everybody, I'm kidding. It would be funny. There are actually people from Kazakhstan that watch this podcast. So shout out to all you guys. They do. Be surprised.
They're incredible. Well, you're doing well when you go there and the kids know who you are and they're coming up and asking for photographs. It's crazy. And those kids are tough, man. They're tough. You should see that up and coming crop of killers they got coming over there. They got these grappling championships, and they're coming. They're coming. There's all these Stan countries, Tajikistan, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Dagestan, Kyrgyzstan. The world has barely touched a little bit of what these countries can produce, and they're going to produce major competitors. Major competitors from what I'm seeing.
So the Shavkat offshoots are coming.
They're coming. They're coming from Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, you name it. They're coming. Yeah, and Shavkat's going to be and outside of Dagestan, Khabib's crew. Shavkat's the next guy that's coming, and him and Bilal are going to have a very interesting fight. I don't know how it's going to go. Obviously, Bilal's my guy, but Shavkat, he's no joke, man. That guy.
He was towering over him in the face-off.
I heard that. Yeah, I heard that his fight with Ian Garry was a very, very close fight. It was. I didn't see it because I was sleeping when the time that fight happened. But I heard.
I can go over some of the card with you. I just wanted to bring something up. Watching the press conference again, that sold hot. I mean, Morab was livid. He's like, you don't deserve. You're not man that's deserve, and and you said you wouldn't. And I don't know. He was all upset, but that everyone's like, commenting like, good. He's off center. Good for Umar. Because Umar was like, calm down. Umar was speaking his piece, and
but sometimes when guys are losing their head like that, if they channel it right, they're very dangerous. So it isn't like, you got him. Why come fight time? Well, sometimes they use that anger to their advantage too. So I'm expecting the best Morab ever. I'm not expecting somebody that's going to be angry. And no, I'm expecting a killer. I'm expecting a guy better than when he fought O'Malley. And that guy was unbelievable. He's an incredible fighter, no doubt. And when you fight for the title, you want to fight somebody that's an incredible fighter. You want to fight the best because there's no question of who's the best. Then after that, right? So for me, that's what we want. We want the best. He's the best.
He's the best. There's no denying that. No, even though this is the Javier Mendez podcast, and of course you're going with Umar, there's no denying that Morab is a badass. He's excellent at what he does.
No, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of his for damn sure. Yeah. But my job is to beat him. That's my job. It's nothing personal. I mean, I respect him. And I respect everything he's doing. He's attacking Umar. He's not attacking nobody else. It's just him and Umar. He's not talking about Khabib. He's not talking about Islam. He's very respectful in how he's trash talking. And how
Even Islam tried to interject. He's like, don't do a disservice to the belt. This is about the fight, man. Because represent it, do yourself a favor. Like, don't go off so kilter. You do better. Be about the belt. Be who you are, the champion. You know what I mean? Something to that nature. Not trying to put him down or anything. Not condescending. So it was interesting.
I saw clips of it, and Morab is making it very, very interesting, and I like it. That's all I can tell you. I like it because it's causing interest. I'm sorry. But you know what? I give Morab an A+ for what he's doing because he's creating more interest out of it by doing what he's doing. So, call it Sly Fox, call it whatever. I love what he's doing. I really do. So for me, Morab, keep it up because you're just making people want to watch. You're making people pay attention to this fight. So keep saying whatever he needs to say. But just keep it between you and Umar. And you know what? You got my respect. You got my respect all day long. But my job is to make sure that Umar, we have the better opportunity to beat him. And it's not an easy task. No way is it an easy task. He's a great, great fighter, so we have our work cut out for us. But, I believe we can do it. But, I'm supposed to believe that, and I'm supposed to train my guy to believe that. And we're supposed to go in there with the belief that we're going to do that. And that's what I think is going to happen. We will go in with that belief. We will go in, train properly. And I believe it's going to come out. Umar's ahead. No, it's not, one of these 2 rounds, 3 rounds. No, I always go 5 rounds because I want to be mentally prepared for what great cardio he has and what a great fighter he is. So I have respect for him, 5 rounds.
Well, I guess Morab getting some altercation with one of the friends of one of Umar's and Islam's friends. Get into an altercation with him, a little back and forth. These fights like that, like grab an arm, something starts, then everybody jumps and pulls everybody back, kind of things.
Yeah. Right. See, that's where Morab is spinning the thing like these was planted by those guys. I never seen that guy ever with those guys, so I don't know. He's never been in training camp. I don't know who he is. He definitely might be a friend of theirs. I don't know.
He might be with their coffee drinking friends from San Francisco. Who knows?
I've never seen that guy in the 12 years 13 years I've been with the guy. So I don't know who he is. Is he a friend? Maybe not. I don't know.
Maybe he get invited to dinner after he did a friendly gesture. Like, hey,
was he put there? Was he put there to rile him up? Hell no. That can say hell no. My guys are too honorable to do that. If they did something like that, it's very disrespectful. Khabib would be pissed off. I would be pissed off if they did something like that to try to rile him up. No way. That was not intentional. That was someone else doing something. Whoever that person is, maybe he is a friend. I don't know. But whatever he did on his own. It was no green light from Team Khabib. We don't need to do that. We're professionals. Yeah. Come out there and we fight the fight. We're fighting a great fighter and we're prepared for a great fighter. And that's it. We're not going to go out there and try to rile him up and do any of that. No, I don't agree with that kind of stuff. And if someone told me, hey, your fighters, you should teach your fighters this, you know what? Then I don't want to coach.
You're not in the WWE business.
No, not WWE business. Let the fighter do the fighting with the fighter. Let them do the talking. And let them do it. I'm not going to have, hey, you go in and do this. I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. A long time ago, somebody from my camp went and brought somebody over to antagonize another fighter. And I didn't know this. He brought this guy over to antagonize another fighter, because because they knew they had beef and he wanted to get into that guy's head. Well, yeah. You know what ended up happening? He got into that guy's head. But you know what that guy did? He ended up beating the crap out of my guy. Because he brought in another guy to antagonize him, and I didn't know about that. And I'm like, good for you. That's what you get, And then to top it off, he goes and beats up that guy, the guy that he brought over, because it was, he blamed him for the loss. He cold cocks him. That's the kind of scumbag sometimes you get in the business, and I get him too. I'm sorry. It's like we're not perfect in my gym. They're fighters. They do their own thing. And anyway, so all I'm just saying is that kind of stuff. No, I would not, never, no. Never.
One more thing. Another guy was helping with the promotion too. It happened to be Nate Diaz. He kind of threw a water bottle towards Islam. I don't know what that's all about, but hey, just added some more views. Didn't hurt him, didn't hit him. Of course, one of Islam's guys was there to play catcher, caught the bottle, threw it right back at him, and that was that. That was the big. you know.
it's
kind of comedic because he's not even in the UFC.
Yeah, Nate Diaz too. To me, is the same thing. He's he does his thing. He does the gangster type stuff.
He shows up. They need a water. He's like the Dana goes, "Hey, Nate, get over here. Throw a water bottle. We need that action." That's so funny.
He's had beef. He's had beef with Team Khabib for many years, and
I know.
I don't know if that beef will ever settle. So that's their business. I don't have beef with Nate at all. It's like, hey, whatever. You want to throw water bottle, throw water bottle, whatever. It's like, but those guys will fight him. They'll fight him back. They're not going to take nothing from him. They're going to come right back at him. But Nate's going to continue doing what he wants to do too. No problem. I don't think anything of it. But my Dagestanis, they won't start it, but they definitely will swarm in on it. All of them. They're all that way. They're a band of brothers, and you attack one, you attack them all. They're not take kindly to anything like that. They defend each other. You've seen it many a times already, so it's not like, but they're very honorable too. If Khabib says, hey, me and him only, that's it, then that's it. It's those two only. If Islam says, or Umar or Usman, they all say, no, it's just me and this guy. It's just us. Then guess what? Honorable thing is they do that. As a matter of fact, I seen this in the one of these reality shows, Russian reality shows. I seen on Instagram. There's a clip of these guys fighting, and you watch all these people standing around letting them fight, and no one's stepping in. They're just letting them fight. That's just kind of honorary what they do. It's like warrior. They're warrior against warrior. Okay, let's go. You guys want to show your stuff? So I don't. I'm not for that stuff. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying, I'm not for that stuff at all. But it's respectable at least. At least not ganging up on each other. It's one person against another person.
Well, that's it was entertaining. We had just so much to go on just on a press conference. Thank goodness. Good job, Morab. Good job with the hype. You gave us
he's doing fantastic.
Keep it up, brother.
Keep doing what you're doing. Whatever you're doing, keep it up, because Morab, you're making a bigger name for yourself. You're making a bigger name for Umar. So bad publicity, good publicity, doesn't matter. It's all good. And but we know come fight time, you're going to be the best you've ever been. We better be prepared for the best you've ever been, because you're a very dangerous individual and a very, very, very good individual, incredible cardio. So he's a complete fighter. He's good everywhere, not great, but good everywhere,
Well, I'll tell you, man, I mean, if he was complaining like you're not known enough or whatever, that press conference, it's going to be as good as getting his version of Conor in his league. So he's going to get what he wants anyways. So he's fine with all that press conference. They'll get as much pop as they could get with any other name.
If you want to go conspiracy theories, right? Because I look at all his videos, and he's genius with his videos. If you ever watch his videos, so why is he doing this, Wonder? I was trying to always figure this out. I'm going, why is he saying this? There's a reason. Why is he doing this? And I'm wondering, this is my conspiracy. I'm just thinking about it now. Is he doing this to create the hype? So then when he does take the fight, it'll be bigger for him, because it's bigger. Because you got to understand, it's bigger for his pocketbook. The more you hype up a fight, the more you're going to get paid on pay-per-view, because this goes on pay-per-view points. So Morab creating Umar bigger than he is, it's a good plot if that's what he's doing. If it's not what he's doing, I don't know what the reason is, and it's still genius either way, because it's working. We're talking about it. We're talking about this fight, and the main event is an incredible fight. And we're not talking about that one right now, are we?
Right. Yeah,
it's a great fight. But it's
we haven't even got to this event that happened this weekend. That's how good that was.
Yeah. In the main event, between the Arman and Islam, come on, it's gonna be fireworks. It's gonna be transition after transition, move after move, just like their first fight. Their first fight was like, one got reversed, the other gets reversed, this gets reversed, that's get reversed. It's gonna be like that, I'm telling you. That Arman and Sarukin is no joke. And the funny thing about all these guys is Arman Sarukin just said that one of the persons that got him involved in watching and wanted to be an MMA fighter was Khabib. And to top it off, there's also another video out there of Shavkat being trained by Khabib on some of the techniques of striking, because Shavkat was trained by Khabib's father for a few fights, I guess, or a brief period of time. I don't know if it's a few fights or a brief period of time, but Khabib's father is very famous in Kazakhstan. He's very famous. He was there a lot. I met some of his students over there. They came up to me, and his father is well loved in the Caucasus areas. I mean, his father was a legendary coach, and everybody loves him, and rightfully so. He was a great humanitarian and a great human being. I knew him. Obviously, I can speak from authority because I met the man. I've spent time with him, so not a lot of time, but I spent enough time to know how great he is.
That's true. That sounds like a great time over there, and it is going to be exciting to see what Islam does. Both guys have improved on their stand-up immensely. I watched their old fight. They were swinging and missing a lot. They've since tuned in those punches and those kicks, and it's kind of like Khabib in his early days before you started working with him on the pads and stuff more. His punches and through his time and progression in the sport, his punches and everything got tighter and tighter to the point where he knocked down Conor in that fight. So you could see his punches were getting better. Well, I watch the old fights and then I kind of calibrate my mind where they are and where they are now. It's going to be a great fight between Islam and Arman.
Yeah, it's going to be a great fight. It's the main event of the main event. This card could very well be the best card of the year, and this January. It could be the first main one, and it might very well be the best one. Not for sure yet because we don't know what's coming, but this one is going to be a great card, man. Great card.
I'm going to try to make it out there, Hav. I'm going to try to make.
I don't even know who's the third, who's in the main card. I don't even know because I only think of two people, and that's great. I know I have Tahir in there, who's one of our other guys. He's going to be fighting also. So Tahir, so I have three guys in there, which is pretty interesting because originally Khabib and I were going, how the hell are we going to do this? Because originally the deal was that the fight was going to happen in Dubai over here at Coca-Cola Arena with Bellator on the 17th. And we were going to have to go to the 18th to LA. That night we were going to have to go to be able to make Islam fight. And we were going to do it, but we were hoping like, wow, this is crazy. But now it's so much better because we at least get a week apart, right? So it's good. After Islam's fight, Khabib and I will get on the plane and we're off for Usman's title defense against Conor's one of either his teammate or
he's another Irishman, another Irish fighter who's in
the same team. Is it the same team?
I don't know if he's the same team. He
might be.
I don't know if he was SPG. I don't know.
He might be because they were talking about Khabib will be in the. Someone told me Khabib will be in the corner. Of course, he's going to be in Usman's corner.
He just asked him to be in his corner just to hype it up with the past, energy.
But I would love for that to happen. I would love for
of course.
Because hey, come on, we're in entertainment business. This is the entertainment business. So guess what? Bring entertainment, this and that, and as long as we do keep it legal, we're good. But unfortunately, I don't know what could happen with guys like that together because there's still a lot of animosity based on the hatred of what was said that should have never been said, and that's why I'm against speaking about religion, country, wives, fathers, and just religion. Just leave it alone,
Don't go there.
That's why I'm very proud of someone like Morab that's keeping it very clean, just about the fighter. The fighter, even if he attacks the coach or the other fighters, that's okay. Keep it to the fighters. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Morab is doing a fantastic job of promoting the fight, in my opinion. And why? I don't know, but it's genius if you ask me, because I've seen all his other stuff and he's so good at what he's doing. Look at this thing he did with it's Khabib planted these guys, not Khabib, but Team Khabib planted this guy. Why is this guy this and that? Look at the pictures with him. So he's created his own little theory, and it's kind of cool if you think about it, because some people believe in that, right? But I know for a fact it's hell no, because
they just get announced last minute, genius plan.
I would be against something like that, and I would be pretty. I mean, Khabib runs the team, but I'm his mentor and I'm his guy. So if I hear about something like that, I would be very upset about if we did something like that, and Khabib would be very upset himself because he's a real man. He's a real coach. He would never allow his guys to stoop that low. That's stooping low. But on Merab's side, that's genius to say that. That's what I'm saying.
Speaking of Khabib, people were saying he was going to be having the toughest night of his life and coaching these two guys, getting them ready, the double champ take-on fight, one defense, one for the belt. And Tahir, I think, is on the bottom of the card too, or lower down the card.
Yeah.
So he's like, his nerves are going to be woo.
They are.
Because of the way he coaches. Like you always say, hey, relax. He's all
he's gonna be nervous. I'm not gonna be nervous at all. But look, listen, Khabib's the big guy. He's the bigger name, so he's getting a lot of attention on this. But listen, we have other coaches there too. There's Magomed, there's Saif Safullah, there's also Islam Mabadov, who's becoming a coach too. So we have other coaches that are helping on board, but just Khabib's the biggest name, so we're talking Khabib. If none of those guys were available, I'd be getting all the name because I'm the bigger name, right? So, but let's put it real, okay? It's Khabib, it's me, it's Saif Safullah, it's Magomed, the head coach for our Magomed gym. And then there's Islam Mabadov, and then there's other people that come and help. So we have a whole team. So it's not just it's not Khabib shoulders. I mean, there's
but I guess that because he gets he always he puts himself in the fight. Like when you're watching and you're like you see Chuck Liddell do it or something. He's watching. You see him in the stands and he's like, he's fighting. He's throwing a few because he's feeling like he's in that guy's body. Right?
Yeah. I understand, but if you watch the other guys, because he's the most famous one, okay. But if you watch the other guys, they're doing the same thing, okay. Right. They're going nuts too. They're going nuts too. So Khabib, yes, because he's the most famous guy. Chuck, because he's super famous, and he was going crazy too. But Khabib does it. The only guy you won't see get one nuts is me. I'll be the calm guy. I'll be the guy. Settle down. I don't even do that no more. I don't tell this guy to settle down. It doesn't work. I've been trying for too long. Settle down. I'm let the commission do their job because the commission goes, Javier, tell you guys to sit down. I'm trying not to look at the commission guys because I'm going to pay attention up there. I go, I am. I'm like, what are you going to do? And then at the end, they go, I'm so sorry for yelling at you, Javier. But I go, I get it. But my guys, they're very emotional, and they go, no, we get it. We know they love each other, and that's why they do what they do. But we have to do our job. I know, I understand, so it is what it is. It's all commission is very, very good with everybody. Team Khabib is very good with the commission too. It's just during fight times they get very emotional.
Well, this has been a great podcast on just that, but we're going to go into the card real quick, and I am going to try to make it out there this time, Hav. I'm going to be coming back from Norway, the Sweden and stuff for the Christmas, so I'm going to be beat up, but I'm going to come out to try to get out to California about a week before the fights. Should be really fun to watch that. That would be intriguing. Like even Dana said, he has something so important to do that day, but he's not going to go do that other thing. He's going to reschedule it and just to watch this fight, not to miss this fight, this card. He's that excited about this card.
No, it's an incredible card. It really is. It's a very, very, very strong card. Super, super strong card. And for all you guys that are wanting to be involved as fans, go on IG, Instagram, and follow Game Plan because it's involving a lot of the fighters that are coming on board so the fans can interact with the fighters. It's called Game Plan. It's already out there in the IG and Instagram. I did the first podcast for them there today, and Khabib is part of it. Shada Bullet's part of it. Umar, Usman, quite a few of the guys, celebrity guys, fighters are already on there for the fans to connect with them and also give ideas of what they want and have the fans have a voice, because that's how fights are created, is the viewers, is you guys that allow us to do what we do because you guys tune in. And if you guys don't tune in, if Len and I are doing this podcast just because it's only us and what's the
because we miss each other.
yeah. Like there's no point, we do it because we have a lot of followers and we'd like more followers. And unfortunately, I'm not consistent like I need to be, but we try. We're still on board, and but without you fans, we wouldn't be anything. So that's why I had literally, Len, I must have had the whole arena, a vast majority of the arena on the grappling event come and take pictures, and they were holding the security guards and holding people back. I said, no, let them come, especially the little kids. It's like, man, don't stop a little boy from coming asking for a picture. No, just let them all. They're just trying to be respectful towards me, but I'm like, no, I'm here for you guys. So that they want to come, let them come. I know me because I could never approach anybody for an autograph. Never. I was too shy, and this is the reason why I'm actually doing a nonprofit organization in Jordan because the martial arts allowed me to come out of my shell and not be shy and believe that I could do something. Was before any of that, I was too shy, not confident enough. Lynn, you know that even my graduation, when I graduated, I didn't even show up to receive my diploma because I was afraid they're going to announce my name, and I don't want my name being announced. That's how shy I was. Can you imagine that? I wouldn't even go up and get my name announced. So I didn't. I picked up my diploma 2 years after I graduated. 2 years after.
Made sure no one was around the office. Snuck in.
So,
on the table.
Yeah. So basically, it's all about, getting confidence and self-awareness of what you can and can't do, and it's important that give back. That's why the kids, it's important. Like, if a kid wants a picture with you and you say, no, I'm not busy, come back later, and that kid has to go because his parents have to take him, he'll remember you as that jerk that didn't want to give him a picture. And then he's got that in his mind. Then now the next guy that maybe he's thinking about going to, he won't go to him because he's afraid that other guy turned him down. Well, maybe this guy will turn me down too. So now he's on a bigger role. Now he's not really liking athletes at all. So then he's growing up with this taste for people that are celebrity type people. So it's important for us people that are in that status to be kind to people. That's why I've never ever refused a picture with anybody, and I've never been rude to anybody. As a matter of fact, and you're gonna laugh, but about 3 weeks ago, I was going up the escalator, and somebody, a fan, was kind of going crazy. He stuck his hand out. I was going down the escalator. I dragged my hand to I thought he was just going to slap my hand. He grabbed my hand. He almost knocked me off the escalator. I almost fell back and fell into some women. And man, it was like scary, so I almost hurt myself. And the women were very, very upset at me. And I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. But the guy still came up to the escalator to the very end to take a picture. And I'm like, I go, man, you almost killed me. But of course, I didn't get mad at him. I was like, and I took his picture. He goes, I'm so sorry. You're my big idol friend. And you're
excited.
Yeah, he was so excited, and I was stupid on me. I should have just waved. I put my hand out there, and man, that would have been a big regret, but it worked out. It worked out. But I'm just saying that in a situation like that, even I didn't get upset at him. I didn't, so I should have been responsible too. I'm going up escalator. Why am I sticking my hand out there? I should have just waved at him, but I stuck my hand out there. And so he grabbed my hand. He was like, oh my God, he grabbed your hand. Boom. I'm like, oh, not good. Not good.
That's funny. Well, if you're watching from Kazakhstan, leave a mention in the comments. And thanks for treating Coach Javier so good. We're just going to do a brief brush over of the fights this weekend because Jav didn't get to watch them, but I'll kind of lay him down real quick. So Bryce Mitchell and Kron Gracie, Kron's jiu-jitsu did not work against Bryce Mitchell, who knocked him out. I don't know if you knew that.
No, I knew about that, but the thing of it is like, the single art of Gracie Jiu-Jitsu is, to me, the single greatest art in the world, still to this day. But the problem is, what do you do when everybody knows what you know, but you don't know enough about what they know? They know enough to negate what you have. If it was just strictly Jiu-Jitsu, nothing but Jiu-Jitsu, then they'd probably still dominate. But the problem is, it's not about just Jiu-Jitsu. It's about everything. Every little element counts. Mm-hmm. That's why all these fighters that are good wrestlers, good jiu-jitsu, good boxers, they had Thai boxing. And then all of a sudden, a good Thai boxer, this and that, then all of a sudden someone comes in with a special kick, like a Taekwondo kick that's very effective, and, an axe kick or something from a Shotokan, or, there's a lot of things you can take from a lot of martial arts. So if you don't keep adapting, you're going to be in trouble. The bottom line is, what is good today may not be good 2 years from now, or maybe not tomorrow. You have to improve. You remember there was a point there when calf kicks were just recently killing everybody, and all of a sudden they're not, because everybody's aware of them now. But before, no. Remember that? And remember,
you didn't even have them when you were kickboxing. They weren't even. Yeah. No one thought let's take out the calf. Not so much.
And then what about the famous front kick that Steven Seagal taught Anderson Silva, the mysterious front kick? Right? Everybody's thinking of the front kick. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's evolving all the time. So if you don't evolve, you're in trouble. So Bryce Mitchell is a very competent, I believe he's a black belt, if I'm not mistaken. He's very competent.
He is, but what he did, Jav, is so every time he'd get in on him, Kron would jump around him on the front, lock onto him, in the guard to take him, to pull him to the ground, right? So he jump up, wrap his legs around his, midsection, and then try to, octopus wrap around his upper body and just take him down. So he's like, oh, you keep doing this every time I come into close distance, you jump on me, and this is your takedown. It's not like a double leg, single leg, anything like that. It's just more like jump, pull, guard, And he did that for like the third or fifth time. And Bryce said, okay. So he like went down and he punched him before he could wrap his arms up and control him. He distracted him with the punch, and then he threw an elbow and knocked him out, if I recall right. And he was knocked out. He slammed his head, hit him, boom, he was done. So he just said, okay, this is a third, fourth time he's pulling that same move. I'm going to change it up on him. And that's what happened. And that's where, like, you look at Khabib and everybody else, they've modified and everything to make it their own, just like the Brazilians modified the original jiu-jitsu from Japan and made it their own. But it's evolving and always evolving, like you just said.
You have to evolve. You have to evolve. Everybody's evolving. It's just, you got to be successful in this game. You got to evolve. You have to. If I look, what the coach I am now is not the coach I was 20 years ago. The coach I am now was not the same coach I was a year ago. I'm a different coach. And I'm actually, as I'm getting older in coaching, I'm getting more relaxed, and I'm not letting things affect me as much, because it's not good for your heart to go up and down, up and down, up and down, and your nerves, and you can't sleep at night. You lose restless nights of sleep, and it's your health. You're putting your health in danger. And I've come to the realization that this isn't God's plans. Whatever's going to happen is meant to happen. God's plan, really, it really is, in my opinion. It's what we have one faith for me, and I have faith in God. So. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. I just have to stay relaxed and do the best I can. That the ability that God gave me here to use my brain to properly adjust, and that's what I do, and I'm using it to calm myself and to relax and do the best I can to help my fighters achieve the best performance, and if I'm relaxed, I can do it. And I think about what I'm saying here. I learned the relaxation because I was using analogies like when I'm driving a car. If I'm driving a car, I'm really stiff with the car like this, and someone jumps in front of me, it's too late. I get in a wreck. But if I'm really relaxed and I move out of the way real quick, why? Because I'm relaxed. So why doesn't it work mentally too? It does, 100%. So I've learned to relax there too. But it's not something someone taught me. It's something I learned on my own. And
it's the secret.
It does work, and it's something I'm teaching to Khabib. And then that's why, if you notice, Khabib will say something to the effect of my mentor, because, Khabib knows almost everything now, but not everything. There's a few things that he still doesn't know. And that's why he loves having me around, because I will teach him these little tiny things that he doesn't know. But pretty much the whole game, almost to some degree, he's got it all. He's got it all. He's on line to being, the greatest coach of all time, in my opinion. I've said it before, and he's 35. So 36, sorry. He's 36, but he's 36, and look where he's at right now. He's regarded as one of the best coaches in the world, and I think I saw somebody else get that, and I think that I mean, come on, look what he's done. I mean, who owns the lightweight division and all the top gyms, all the top organizations?
Top organizations, PFL, Bellator, UFC, you guys got them all.
Yeah, and even the UAE Warriors. Amaru, lightweights, we have them. I mean, how many world champions they have? I mean, quite a few.
Four. Four at the same time.
Yeah.
5 would be nice. 5 will be nice.
Well, there's 5 with Imam, so there's 2 PFL champions. So there's Haji, Gaji, and then Imam. That's 2 PFL, and then Amaru, that's 3, and then you got Usman, and then Islam, that's 5. So that's five world champions presently.
And there's room for one more coming up.
Oh no, I have to believe it, because I do believe it. And there's gonna be bantamweight. For me, it'll be my first bantamweight UFC champion. It'll be Umar, and I believe that's gonna happen. But the main goal is not just the title; it's the legacy of 29-0, which is a huge task ahead of him. Because again, when that fight happens, should he be successful like I'm expecting, the target is going to be on him now. Everybody's going to want him. Everybody knows what he's all about. So the blueprint is out on how to beat him. You know, just like Morab, the blueprint's out. You know, so everybody knows how to go about doing it. Now, can they do it against him? That's another thing. But the blueprint is out and what he's good and what he's not good at. You know, so everybody's going to focus on that. So whoever becomes the champion, there's a bullet on you. Everybody's got your name on it. You know, because they're not thinking, well, I want to fight the number 2 or number 3 guy. No, everybody's thinking I'm going to go after the champion. So he's got the most pressure on him. Everybody's got their eyes on him.
Yeah, it's one thing to get the belt, to keep it's another. Now, I will go into another fight you didn't get to see, Cyril Gane versus Alexander Volkov. Most people, including myself, felt that Volkov did enough to win it, and the judges went for Gane, and Gane walked out upset, like he didn't like the way his fight went, and you could tell he didn't feel like he won the fight either, or at least he didn't convey that. And you know what I mean? I know some people have a mediocre fight and jump up like they won the world. You know what I mean? Not him. And it looked like Volkov got the better this time. I think he beat Volkov once before. This time Volkov was prepared, and Volkov looked really confused, really let down. And, you know, I guess Dana had to walk up to him and kind of console him. So that's what happened with that one. Did you have any favorites in that? Who did you pick, or who did you think was going to win between those guys?
I thought Gane was going to win that one, but I was told that Gane broke his toe. He told his corner he broke his toe. I was told that from a reliable source. So already he wasn't. That's probably why he was very upset, because he probably felt he lost and he couldn't perform the way he wanted because he had a broken toe. You know, so that right there, people forget about that. You can't forget about that. He broke his freaking toe. It's you're not the same fighter. You're not, and he's a mover. Now there you go. You're a mover. Now you got to move. You got a broken toe.
You're a Ferrari, and one of your tires is really low on air.
Yeah. And you think you're gonna do great? No, I don't think so. Sorry.
So Shavkat and Ian Garry was very technical. Ian got a very light rhythm going, throwing some fast kicks going, and then Shavkat got some counters in there, and Shavkat had most of the control and the takedowns, I guess 3-2. And so just enough to pull the win. So I guess Ian's retort was, and I didn't, I just saw some quote that he goes, I made him look human, but that's irrelevant. You lost your spot. You were talking like you were going to beat everybody, like you were unstoppable, but now you're 15-1, and Shavkat's moving on to take on Bilal at 19-0. And to say this, Bilal, definitely his pace looked faster and more aggressive than both of theirs. So this was like two guys trying to like not fall for each other's specialty, it looked like to me.
Well, they knew each other. I believe they sparred at Henry Hoop's gym, right? I believe.
It was like a couple of years ago or something.
Killcliff, right? They were at Killcliff gym, so they trained together. So one supposedly submitted the other, talking about it. But that's just gym training. But if they did train with each other, then they know each other's moves. So they're going to be careful. They're not going to go crazy on each other, because they know they sparred each other, and that's what's going to happen when you have guys that spar each other. They know each other really well. They're going to wait for that opening because they know the strength, they know the weaknesses, and they're not going to go in carelessly in, So that's could be one of the reasons why it wasn't like what you're saying. But I heard it was an exciting fight. I heard it was a barn burner in the sense.
It was exciting because you were expecting one of them to take someone's head off or do something. So you were always on tenterhooks, throughout the fight, I'd say.
But then that's a good fight. That's a very technical.
It just wasn't like a blood battle, constant brawl. No, it was more technical for sure.
Well, then that's what I expected, more technical than that's. Yeah, and then I heard that at the very end that Ian almost latched on a guillotine.
I didn't. That might have happened.
I thought choke, not a guillotine. He had his back. Sorry, he had his back. He took his back. He almost choked him. I saw the video. I saw it on Instagram. I saw he had his back. He was being like choked from behind.
Yeah, but he didn't do enough to win, and I think that was a fair.
But I'm just saying it was a close call. It looked close. The choke looked close. That's all I'm saying.
You run it back a few times, it could go either way. Pantoja fought this really super stud out of Japan, real explosive, but
Pantoja, right?
Yeah, Pantoja fought Kai Asakura from he was like, I believe, the one champion, or not one, or one of those big Japanese.
I already got wiped out. It was like not much of a challenge. I heard. I don't know if
and
that's
initially he was laying it on. He had some powerful punches. He was fast as hell. He
no grappling
great.
though. No
Oh no.
grappling there.
Yeah, you get taken out. Pantoja was smaller and he just came at him like, I don't care if you're big, and just took him out, man. That's kind of how that went. Yeah.
Yeah. You can't have weakness, and if you show weakness in the grappling, that's the way to get beat. You know, you have to be strong everywhere.
So you're back in California soon, I guess?
I leave Wednesday. I arrive Wednesday at around 1 or 2 o'clock, and then I go home for 3 days. Then I go to Las Vegas. I'll be in Las Vegas on this Sunday on the 15th, and I'll be there until we fight. So I'll be there 1 month of training camp, and then I'm there.
All right, on. Well, have a good one. Have anything else you want to put out there?
Nope. We're all good.
Like and subscribe, everybody. Extra good long podcast. Lots of information. Hope you enjoy it. We'll see you on the next one.
Next one.